The day is finally here. It's time to start the Openers Open, the 2019 Openers Open. The task is make a bottle opener. I had no idea what to make or how to make it or actually any kind of design ideas. And when I was rummaging through some stuff up in the attic at my mom's place, I found one of my dad's old beer openers, bottle openers. And as you can see, it's a bottle with an opener on it, so a bottle opener. And I thought, first I thought, I'm already done, I'm just gonna use this thing. But let's make something kind of like this. And make it from basically scratch. So I have an old one of these. This is actually a really cheap one that came in a set, and by now I have, I don't know how many of these. This is number 13. And yeah, so I've never forged before. This is chrome vanadium, chrome steel stuff. I will not be able to melt this, but I will be able to get it to like 1100 degrees using either my electric furnace or my homemade furnace foundry. I'm going to heat this up and smash this on my makeshift anvil and try to get this flat, and then try to recreate this shape, at least the inner part. The outer part I'm not so sure about, and see if I can actually make it into a bottle opener. Now then, of course, I need a bottle. So I was thinking, I myself don't drink any beer or alcohol, but I do drink a lot of cola, and I've been through quite some internet stuff. I actually found a very old Coca-Cola bottle that was still full on the Dutch version of eBay, Marktplaats, for only a couple of euros. And whenever this video is all done, I will be sending the person who I bought this from the video. So thank you for this. This is a nicely detailed bottle. It has all the outlines in it. That's why I didn't want a new bottle that's just smooth and has stickers, because, well, this has the shape on it. And it does have a parting line through the middle. So what I want to do is make a flask, cope and drag as it is called, like the wooden frame. Get that in there in the sand at least halfway, make an impression, get the other half on there, get the other half as an impression, then take out the bottle carefully, and then use the forged opener part on the outside and have that on the inside, and basically cast my metal around it so that it will end up kind of looking like this, only with a bottle opener sticking out. Let's get that aside and not knock that over. This is going to be quite a endeavor. Like I said, I've never forged before. Maybe this will not even work, and then this part of the video will not be used. I have no idea how far I will get with this, and how to go about it. I will pretend like I know what I'm doing, and probably watch many other people's videos on forging and casting, and see how far I get with this. So let's first do all the boring stuff. That's making the wooden frames for the sand casting, for the molding sand and for the casting. I do have my big bag of kitty litter all the way over there and there, and that needs to be ground up. I wrecked my last blender, but I did get a new cheap coffee bean grinder, which should be slightly stronger, and I will be able to blend up all the bentonite clay. I got a huge bucket full of very soft and very thin, very fine sand, and then I will be making my own green sand, and I will get as much of it on video as possible, and hopefully this will not be a 5-hour video. but I will be working on this for at least a few days. So let's see how far I can get. Let's start with making the wooden frame. One and two. Now to make sure that they are aligned and stay aligned when placed on top of each other, I got this trick from I think Paul's Garage, and I think many of the people who use these and do metal casting use a similar technique. I just got a small board, cut it in at some angles, and now I'm just gonna attach these two on the bottom part, this one on the top part, and then you can basically only align it one way. And before I screw that on, I make sure these are aligned, because I did that before I started on this, just to see that everything is aligned for the most part. It doesn't have to be perfect, because if it's slightly off on the side or on the inside or somewhere, doesn't really matter, as long as they go together the same way every time. Otherwise you get, if you have two half of molds, you sometimes get that they are slid off a bit. If this is your shape and you misalign your cope and your drag, or the other way around, I keep forgetting, then you might get like a casting like this, and well, that's not what you want, of course. If you get some really cheap toys, sometimes you can see that this has happened when the plastic of the toy was cast, and you get like a line, a flashing line, that's called, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna attach this and show you how well I did, or how not well I did. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of this for the first time, but it's a lot of fun doing all this. I'm very eager to start working with all this stuff as soon as it's all in order and completed. So I'll show you this when this is done. So this is done. I think I got it as aligned as I could get it. I got all the parts on, and I noticed I had to cut these shorter. Oh, never made this before. All new. For today I'm done, and tomorrow I will probably be making the green sand. Got my blender here, or my bean grinder. Got my bucket of really fine sand, and if that doesn't take too long to mix up, then I'll see if I can get some of the forging done, maybe. I'm guessing that's also going to be a couple of days work, because it will probably not work at once. We'll see. All new to me, so this is fun. So be back tomorrow. Now that this thing is done, time to make some green sand. Let's start with a short unboxing of this cheapy bean grinder that I got. Hope it will perform better than the blender that I used. That worked for about 10 minutes and it broke. I should make a scrapping video about the blender. We'll do that in the future. Alright, so this I'm not gonna need. Well, the brush might be handy. Cardboard. Receipt. Probably not gonna be in warranty after this. Okay, how does this work? There's a little throwing star in there, looks like it. Is this supposed to come off? Yes, alright. So the one in here is like double bladed. Let's see how this works here. So you can probably take this off, yes. Put the other one on. Let's start with this thing, with the double bladed one. That's probably for chopping bigger pieces. And then you put this on. I assume, oh, it has like buttons. Probably a safety thing. If the cap comes off, then the thing stops. Does it actually have buttons or whatever? Oh, these probably are the buttons. Alright. Like I said, a lot of things I will be doing for the very first time during this project, so if all goes well, I'm gonna have more to do. See how well this does. Oh, I think you need to put the cap on. This has some holes in it for air. Let's get all this stuff off. That's what when the brush comes in handy. There we go. All right. So that on there. That was like what, 15 seconds? That looks dang good. Still has some coarse bits in there, but for the most part it's powder. Right, I will be going through this whole bag of kitty litter and seeing if I can fill up this bucket for the most part. So that's what I'll be doing for the next couple of hours probably. And I'll see you when I start on the next bit. Let's see if I can get this thing hot enough to be forged. I'm going to put it in my electric crucible, in my electric furnace in the crucible. I do, however, need to clean this out a bit because there's a lot of trash in there still. So first I'm going to set it to 600 degrees and melt out all the rest of I think it was the Zamak stuff that I was melting the last time. Oh, it's set to 700. That should be fine. I'll be back when this thing is at the correct temperature. Well, I got only a tiny bit out, a couple of droplets. It's now at close to 700. Let's put this in there and see if I can get this to a nice glowing red hot state and hopefully be able to smash it probably to bits, I don't know. starting to smoke a bit, so I put on my mask. I think I better just set up here and see if I can get this out, because I think it might actually be glowing hot in here. Yeah, well, if that isn't hot, then I don't know what is. No idea if this. Well, it is deforming, so this is working. Let me get it a lot hotter. So yeah, just about the same size. This should work. I mean, I don't have to have the exact shape, I just have to put this hole in there. Let me have a go here. Not bad. Yeah, it does show up on camera, kind of. Now it's time for the difficult part. Alright, all done. Consistency looks pretty good. And yet another thing that has to be done. Since I'm going to be using my clay graphite crucible for the first time, I don't actually have tongs to lift and pour with that. I once got these. This is only half of it, the other half is over there. I started cutting a bit. It's quite thick steel, this, using my Dremel, and I went through a hell of a lot of these. But the grip on this is actually, as you can see, not the correct size for this. Now, this one I completed after many hours of grinding and smoothed it down a bit because it was all sharp. And as you can see, this fits quite well. So hopefully I will be able to grip the crucible like this and be able to pour normally. Let's see if this works. This worked on the other one, so let's have a look here. Try to get that in the shot here. I reassembled the tongs. They look good. I've tested them and they work. See here? should work. Now to get this in there. Somewhere in between there. Seems to be going well. Alright, now to get this in all that good halfway. Now this side doesn't get any feeders or sprues or whatever. This is going to be the bottom side of this is not the important part. The important part is that it's nice and smooth in the middle, and that when I place on the top part, which is actually the bottom because this is the top part, is that the bottom part gets the best impression. Then I'm going to be redoing this and hopefully get two halves that have half a bottle in them, and then we can cast. Time for baby powder. There's no business like snow business. Still in the bottom. Right. This isn't bad either, even though I didn't get to ram that up nicely. Right. So this goes back in the tub for reuse. Oh, the talcum powder is exactly on the parting line. That's actually very good. Let's see if I can get this back in there. I'm gonna go with this one. Can refill this here. Probably just gonna pull that out because the bottom is slightly hollow. Or hollow, curved. Tiny ramming tool. Alright, this looks good. Right, glad that that's over. Let's get this thing on fire. Not much in there. Good thing I got 2 extra bags. Stay. And now we wait. Alright, in goes the pot. Oh, I hope I'm able to lift this thing out. Not entirely stable. Ooh. This might be tricky. We'll see. More coal. Well, that should do for now. And more waiting. That is starting to look nice and hot in there. It'll be a few more minutes before that starts melting. Just about ready. Looking good. Yes, molten stuff at the bottom. Awesome. Weird, it looks silverish. The bigger piece will take a bit. But looking good. Come here. Can I bend this? No, probably not. Yeah. Oh, great. Thankfully, I have another one. I don't want to melt iron. Big annoying piece. Hope that melts in there. Let's see. Oh. Just about ready. Oh, a lot of yellow stuff. Get this all off. Oh, I hope that's gonna work. Best lift it out first. Alright. Jeez, the heat coming from this thing is insane. That's one huge pile of brass. Good thing I didn't add more like I wanted to. Spring. I'm gonna call that good. Got my mold set up. If I have some left. Oh. Come on. Yeah, that's not working. Great. Should have put an edge around it. Fuck. Oh, I'm out of here. Let's at least pour some ingots. Still possible. Well, that's about it. Mental note to self, make gates bigger. Yeah, let's see what the damage on the inside is. I was trying to be too fancy probably. Let's see. Screw worked well. Yes, drop it. Well, I got the slight imprint of the bottle. Well, let's put that back in the pot. I'm gonna clean this mess up. Right, this is what I fished out. There's quite a lot of brass in the pouring basin. Maybe that's way too big. And it did go through some of the vents, the gates. By the way, that's ruined, and Mom is not gonna be too happy about that. I'm probably gonna hear that for the rest of my life. I'm gonna see if I'm going to start over or cry in a corner. I'm not sure yet. Alright, second attempt. The wrench is basically in there in the same way. Tiny piece of styrofoam in there. No fancy gating system, just in and through and out. No more, no less. I'm going to be pouring a bit faster this time. The in part is a lot wider. I use the copper pipe for that now. And same for the out, for the air out. So we'll see what happens. It's time to heat up the furnace again. Let's first see if I can get this on here. There we go. So use the deodorant can around the feeder, so basically a funnel shape, and this kind of broke apart. This is where the metal will come out, hopefully, when pouring, when the whole thing is full, and also act as a feeder, kind of. So yeah, let's clamp this up, and I'll go work on the furnace again. Ja, die 50 extra graden die ik had gehaald. Alles gaat erin. Oh. Ooh. Well, hope that was enough. Ooh. Right, now we wait a lot. Oh, this has shrunk in already. I hope this was enough. Whew. Otherwise I'm stuck with half a color bottle. Whew. Alright, fingers crossed. Let's see what has happened. Kind of what I predicted. It has a slight flat end, flat side. This looks good. I'm in the light. Oh, you can see the letters. This is actually better. Now I can lay it flat. Kijk, mooi hè?
Ja, heel mooi.
I'm happy. Even the cap and the wrench is completely inside. This worked out even better than expected. I'm so happy. This is going to be awesome. Alright, time for a bath. Okay, man. Finally, something worked for once. This is freaking awesome. Now the painful chore of getting this off and getting this off. And my Dremel blew a fuse earlier, so that doesn't work. So back to the hacksaw, I guess. But I'm gonna call it a day. This is for tomorrow. I'm actually very happy with this. Well, see you tomorrow. Another nice golden ingot for the collection. This one is actually very good. I'm very satisfied with how this clay graphite crucible performs. It's my new favorite toy. I do need to either buy or make some lifting tongs, because using the channel locks is not that handy. I just about burned my hands and arms. I lost some hairs on my arms. I gave it a quick wire brush and got all nice and shiny. and all cleaned up, got all the sand out. Now it's time to cut the ugly bits off and make it look nice, and flatten this bit down. My Dremel blew a fuse or something. I opened it up to have a quick look, but the main circuit board is fried, so I had to buy a new one. Well, I had the thing for about 15 years, so money well spent, I guess. Next scrapping video, scrapping a blender and a Dremel that both died during this project. So look out for that one in the future. Alright, let's get started. So there you have it, folks. The results of today's, well, this week's project, I should say. I've been at it for about a week. Started out with just a cola bottle and an old wrench, and ended up with a golden Coca-Cola bottle and an opener that actually works. I'm not going to open this bottle because I'm not sure that this will taste so good. And also I might want to make another one, maybe from aluminium. Not sure. We'll see in the future. It's now that I know how it works, I might try making more. And the first pour didn't go so well, so I poured an ingot, and that will go onto my shelves. A nice golden brick. So thank you to Perry, also known as swdweeb, for starting this whole well, event. Not really a competition, I guess. And I hope there's going to be one next year, and for something completely different. We'll see. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to be watching everyone's video. I've subscribed to everyone that I saw that had the hashtag 2019 openers open in their videos, and rang the bell. So I already saw a couple of videos, and I commented, and I'm going to be looking forward to seeing all the rest. I'm very happy with how this came out. The details are amazing, and the fact that I didn't have enough for to fill the thing up completely doesn't really bother me, because now it can lay flat without rolling off the table. It can stand, and you can basically hang it on the wall and have it quite close to the wall. So that's it for now. Check out everyone's video that has hashtag 2019 openers open in it. I know I will be doing that, and I'll see you all on the next one. Okay, let's add these here. Well, the brass ingot goes with the brass, obviously. There we go. Come on. Maybe smaller one. Well, it's the biggest one I have now, or the fattest one. Just there we go. And since this thing is brass, let's just put that there. So, more stuff on the top shelf. That's good. The rest of the stuff is just about full. Hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making this, and see you on the next one.